Just a quick video of my new project, building a Morgan style three-wheeler replica from scratch. So what I have here in the front, I just have this Harley motor. It's made of plastic, standing in for a Moto Guzzi engine that will be there eventually. So there's the actual build so far. I've used a Triumph Spitfire chassis. You see there I've cut a little bit of the front off where it went up to the bumper, and in the back I've cut the cross support out so that motorcycle rear end could slide up in there. Those are the only major changes to the chassis so far. The rear end is off of a Moto Guzzi Breva 1100, and it's attached just with this all thread going through on these posts that are welded in right up against the supports where the Triumph's rear end was bolted in. By the time I'm actually finishing the project, that'll be fully supported with a hardened bolt through there that can support the load. Coming around, I've got a reversing transmission that came off of a very heavy-duty side-by-side. My plan is to take that spot there where the sprocket is and attach that with the universal joint that will be going into the rear end of the motorcycle right there, which then allows for this item here will be aimed down the center line so that it'll attach to the drive shaft, which will go up to where the Moto Guzzi engine will be setting in the front. As far as the suspension in the front, I have swapped out for Polaris Ranger A-arms. They've been very modified. I cut the ends off of them and welded to put in a ball joint on the top, and then welded in a bracket there to attach to the Triumph support on the bottom. On the top, with just a little bit of trimming, I was able to put the A-arm right into the Triumph tower. On the bottom, I needed them to be a little lower, so I've built a bracketing system that's just going to bolt right underneath the car chassis to carry those lower A-arms. I've also welded in for the standard Triumph suspension for the coilover, and then also for the sway bar right there. I had to move that sway bar in one hole worth, so you see I've welded on an extra little bracket. And all of this welding, I'm not an expert welder. I'm considering this just prototyping. When I actually get to the point where everything's functional, I'll pull these pieces back off and take them to a shop and have them refabricated in a professional fashion for safety before I take it out on the open road. But this lets me test things out, cut, chop, try again till I get it just like I want it. And this will be safe up to 45 miles an hour in the neighborhood while I'm working out the design. I've opted to use Model A 19-inch wheels, which gives me a tire that's 30 inches tall. The 30 inches is very similar to the current Morgan Super 3. I'll just stand back a little bit here so you can see the overall build. It's 103 inches of wheelbase, and the track width is, I believe, 66 inches. So actually just a little bit longer and a little bit wider than the Super 3 is currently. I'll do some further videos down the road as I continue to make progress. Y'all have a great day.